Hey guys, Dani here. If you're wondering about the Day of the Dead makeup, it's because my friends and I just got back from a Day of the Dead festival. We do this about every October. Not October, what the freak? I'm so tired from everything I've done, I forgot what month it was, wow. I was going to do a blog in October, but a lot of stuff came up. A lot of things that some people talk to me about is I've done a lot of Halloween collaborations, you know, with random spoof craziness and everything. And a question I got a lot was, you know, are there things that scared you that when you were a kid that you are still scared of? When I was a kid, I was afraid of like a lot of things. Like things that were traditionally scary, I couldn't touch. Now that I'm an adult, I look at it and I go, why was I afraid of this? So there were things like, there's the traditional stuff that most people are scared of and that never bothered me. It's like, I think with it being so popular, the clowns are coming up. I was never scared of clowns. I don't know why clowns never bothered. Like, they never bothered me. Like, even like when I saw the new film, it came out and I was kind of like, I'm not afraid of you. Come at me, Pennywise! Don't! I'm not afraid of you and your internet meme dance. I was afraid of, there's a lot of unconventional things I think I was scared of. I mean, heights make me kinda nervous. I'm one of those people, like, even in, like, movies, if they're, like, on a super high thing, like, my palms will start to sweat. But I can stay up there. It's not like I, like, get super nervous and walk away. I mean, I climb rock walls, too, so I think that sort of helps the height thing. Spiders, a giant legion of spiders! Spiders don't bother me either. I mean, they're weird to look. Like, I almost find myself studying bugs. Like, anytime a bug comes into the room, I'm like, oh, that's an interesting bug. And I kind of want to, like, research it and figure out what it does. Like, I think of the video I made of, for the BBD crack, where, like, the guy takes the picture and says, yeah, I want to see if it's poisonous. Like, that's me. Like, I mean, I don't look up if it's poisonous, but I always like looking up, like, bugs and being like, oh, what does this thing do? Snakes and I have a weird history. When I was a kid, I was kind of afraid of snakes. A lot of it had to do with, sort of the obvious mysteries and stuff. But then, like, I would be reading about them. Like, it was almost like my fascination, like, my thing with bugs. I wasn't afraid, per se. Like, certain snakes I was afraid of. I was afraid of the ones that were poisonous. Like, I was scared, like, if the snake had, like, a mean face, I was afraid of it. I always said, like, the glare technique. If the snake looked like it was glaring. Like, great snake story was, I was 5, my parents always joke about this with me. I was 5 years old, and we went on the, Jungle Cruise ride at, Disney World, and they had, like, the people come up, they put the hat on me. We're driving by, and, like, the animatronic boa, I don't know if they have it anymore. If you guys have gone to the parks recently, well, actually, no, I went to the parks last year. I went to the Mickey Mouse Halloween party last year with, Samantha Wright, or Neverland Lost Girls, you know, or I'll talk more about that. Maybe on another blog, I don't know. So I'm 5 years old, I'm doing the cruise thing. This fake snake, and like, this thing is, it's like this. It's, like, my hand here is basically what the snake was doing. It's like a Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic, if it were any scarier. Like, just the snake, it didn't even do anything, it just kind of appeared. I just remember running away from the boat and coming to my mom, just being like, ah, the snake! And back then, you know, animatronics. And I think that sparked my big fear. And, you know, it's a good thing I brought up Five Nights at Freddy's, I guess. Because animatronics and I have a super unhealthy relationship. I never liked animatronics, even as a kid. Like, we couldn't go to Chuck E. Cheese. I was terrified of going in there. So, naturally, you know, like, and the thing with Five Nights at Freddy's was, like, I didn't really get into the games, for obvious reasons. If I had that job in real life, I'd leave. I'd be like, no, I'm not working with animatronics that want to kill me, I'm out. So yeah, I'm still afraid of animatronics. I don't like animatronics. I'm afraid of things that are called, I call them pedofaces. And I don't know what it was that... it kind of still sort of scares me a little, even as an adult. So, there were certain, like, shots or things in movies, like, I couldn't watch certain parts of the movies because the characters would be drawn, or they would have, like, this leering smile. Like, I can do the smile, actually. It's like this. You're like, like that kind of look. And I hated that smile. I don't know why. Like, it was creepy. Like, there's, so, Pinocchio is one of the Disney movies that I respect more than I like. I mean, I don't hate it, I just respect it. I cannot watch this one scene from Pinocchio. It's, the coachman character, and he's talking to the fox and the milk blank cat about, Pleasure Island and, why it's such a bad place. And he says, he's that line of, they never come back as boys. And there's that shot in the movie, he, like, leers at the camera, and he does that. Like, the eyes get super big, and he puts on the creepy pedo smile. Like, that shot terrifies me. Like, even as a kid, I would duck under the couch. I would not look at that shot again. It was scary. Like, it's still scary. I mean, like, I'm always, like, bracing myself. I'm like, okay, he's gonna make the pedo face. He's gonna make... There it is! Like, that's me watching that scene, even as an adult. So, yeah, pedo smiles are creepy. I'm trying to think of other movies I couldn't watch that have pedo smiles. Brave Little Toaster. Brave Little Toaster had that dream sequence. And, like, the smoke and stuff, that doesn't bother me. And, like I said before, I'm not afraid of clowns usually. Well, that one clown had the fucking pedo smile. It came in, and it leered at the camera with its pedo smile. It had the hose, and pedo smile clown, go away. No, go away. Even, like, I think it was the animated series Joker. There's, a shot that, like, and I love Batman the Animated Series. Even as a kid, which I think it's ironic that, the Joker, who almost never seems to stop smiling and has what we would assume is the pedo smile, is terrifying. But, like, I was never scared of the Joker either, yet there's this one shot, and it always makes me uncomfortable. It's just him sitting and smiling, and that's it. That's all he does. And it made me so uncomfortable. It was the pedo smile. It was that really wide, grinning pedo smile. Video games, I think, they sort of catch on to that, too. So, I'm a big fan of the American McGee's Alice game. Madness Returns was okay, I still prefer the original. I got into it through high school, because I had a friend who was an artist, and she said that she wanted to do a design based on this, like, she was showing trailers, and, like, this was back in the day when, watching YouTube videos, if you were discreet enough, was okay. I'm sure it is still. But she showed me the trailer, and the trailer was awesome. But the part that I kind of got uncomfortable about was, the reveal of the Cheshire Cat in that trailer. And, like, his reveal is really, really cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they set it up really well as, like, his claws are raking the floor, and then, like, you pan up, and you just see, like, his smile in his eyes, and then there's, like, a flash of lightning, and you see him for, like, a brief second. But they linger on the smile for a really, really long time. And it was the pedo, it was the pedo smile. It was the evil pedo smile that says, I'm gonna eat your soul. And it doesn't, I think I've watched the trailer enough to where it doesn't affect me as much as it used to. But when I first saw it, I was like, And then I played the game, and he was actually on my side, and I was like, okay, good. You're okay, kitty. So then there's one other pedo smile that still gets me as, Cheshire Cat I'm okay with. Coachman bugs me. Fireman for Brave Little Toaster bugs me. When I was a kid, my sister and I, we collected the Jumpstart. If you ever heard of the Jumpstart educational games, they were our childhood. And so my sister and I, we collected all of them up to about the typing one. And we had the 4th grade one, and our 4th grade one was a super limited edition one. Because, for obvious reasons, it got canceled. So the 4th grade one was called Haunted Island. And, like, it's relatively, like, looking back on it, the games it wasn't that scary. Like, it was educational games based around, like, obviously a horror theme. So you play as, like, a kid, you find out your classmates were turned into monsters by a witch for really no reason. Like, they give no reason that this witch turned all your kids into monsters. I guess she was just spiteful, and she just took them to your island. You're the classmate who apparently played hooky or was sick that day, and I don't know, but you got spared the monster penalty. And so you have the burden of rescuing your kids, and you go around the island and you play, they're educational games, but they're themed around like a horror thing. Like, you have to do division while guiding a vampire through a maze a la Pac-Man. Like, it's easy. The real scary part is there was a mechanic where it was a first-person point of view, and the island was all it was all, of course, nighttime, and there was like ambiance music playing in the background, and you'd be kind of controlling yourself. You'd kind of click around, and you'd just literally be walking around this island. I mean, looking at it as like an artist, the designs of those trees and everything were really well done. It was really cool looking. But and this still gets me today, is you walk around, on occasion, like if you maybe dawdled for too long, or if you walked around, this ghost would pop up. And his name was Repsack. I get it, because it's Casper spelled backwards, haha. But this ghost was terrifying. This ghost was absolutely, he still creeps me out. Because, one, because obviously he has the pedo smile. Because, I can, show, I'm gonna bump up some pictures, obviously, but he has the pedo smile, and it doesn't help that, his hands are out like this, it's a really uncomfortable pose. And the problem is, he's this exact same shade as the lighting you were in, so you never saw him coming. You'd be looking around this island, listening to this great music, and then this ghost would just pop up. He'd just be like, boo! Scared the shit out of me. I would not want to play that game because of him. And he asks questions, and he gives you, my sister tried to comfort me, she's like, yeah, it's okay, he asks you questions, and I'm like, and now with that face, talks like Sean Connery with a cold.
You're right, but I'll stump you next time.
So he'd ask you, and the questions were relatively easy. And he would go away after you answered the question. If you answered it right, he'd go, it didn't even matter. I just wanted him to go away. Sometimes I would answer the question wrong just to get him to go away. Because, the question would be, what's a sentence? Or, obviously it's an educational game, so he's not going to ask you stupid shit. Even as an adult, I tried to be all tough about it. I was like, I'm tough. I played Until Dawn. I played Silent Hill. I played a bunch of horror games that are scarier than this. I can handle you. Nope. I still can't face Repsack. I can answer his questions, but Repsack, no me gusta, go away Repsack, I hate you. So those are things that, that still kind of scared me as a kid, that still scare me as an adult. Oh, there's one more thing. So yeah, pedo smiles creep me out. The other thing that I'm still afraid of are eels. And I've pinpointed the exact thing that terrified me about eels. Flotsam and Jetsam, because you're a Disney-phile? Well, no, actually, it wasn't Flotsam and Jetsam. Well, okay, it was part of it, but my real fear came from such a weird source to get a fear of eels from, but I was afraid of, I couldn't watch The Princess Bride as a kid because of the eel scene. And, they're on screen for, 10 seconds? But those eels, I don't know if it was because you can't see them in the water, or you just see, the fin and, the hand puppet teeth. But it was just terrifying. As a kid, I was traumatized by those fucking eels. And again, they're only on screen for, it's only, a 10-second part of the movie, but it ruined the movie for me, and then I think I was, about 9, 10, when I finally realized how awesome Princess Bride is, and I got on board. But those eels! Those freaking eels! And then, it didn't help, so I can watch Princess Bride okay now. Even those eels don't bug me, because I know it's just a fucking hand puppet. It doesn't really scare me. But as a, adult, there was a section in the aquarium where it was an eel tunnel. It changed into, the Pacific Coast now, or whatever, but it used to be an eel tunnel. And just, these moray eels, they were just all kind of sitting, they didn't do very much, and it creeped me out, because they're just staring at you, and it's awkward, and it was terrifying. And I remember one time I took a wrong turn, and I ended up in this really dark section, and there was an eel, right in my face, it was in my face, it was going, it was terrifying. I ran out of there crying. And so every time I entered the eel tunnel before it changed, it was just told me. I don't want to go in there. It's scary. So I couldn't go into the eel tunnels, and eels still creep me out. And it doesn't help that they have alien mouths. But, well, watch a nature show, you'll know what I'm talking about. So eels, animatronics, pedo smiles. Those are like the three things I'm afraid of. And those are some pretty weird fears. Like, I think all of us have some interesting kind of weirdo fears that we can't really explain, or we know what the cause of those fears were. Put them in the comments below. I kind of want to hear if we have similar fears, or if we're scared of the same things, or whatever. I'm gonna go take this off because it's starting to itch a little, and I actually gotta get some sleep because it's like 11 o'clock at night, but daylight savings time, whatever. I get 1 hour at least. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry this was such a belated vlog, but I'll hopefully talk to you guys soon. Thanks.